Hey guys, welcome back. In the last video, we built a Chrome extension from scratch, a color picker tool, and today we're going one step further. We're building a dark mode extension that works on any website. One click and dark mode is on. One click and you are back to normal. And this time we're going to learn how extensions actually communicate with web pages using something called content scripts. Let's get into it. So if you watched the last video, you already know the basics. A Chrome extension is just a folder with a few files. Manifest.json is the ID card. Popup.html is the UI, and popup.js is the logic. But this time we have a new file called contact.js, and this is where things get interesting. Let me explain what it does. So in the last video, popup.js did everything. It read the button click and tried to talk to the page, to talk to the web page. And the problem is popup.js runs inside the extension popup, completely isolated from the actual web page. It's like trying to shout instructions from outside a building. The people inside can't hear you directly. And content scripts solve this. A content script is a JavaScript file that Chrome injects directly into the web page, so it runs inside the page itself with full access to the DOM. Think of it like this: popup.js is outside the building, it's your extension UI, and content.js inside the building, it's living inside the web page, and they communicate by sending messages to each other. That's the whole concept. Popup sends a message, and content script receives it and does the work on the page. So now let's start with manifest.json. So most of it is the same as last time. Manifest version 3. So as I said, it is the latest version as of now. Then we have name, version, description, and here action means that the default popup will be popup.html, the default icon will be icon.png. So these things were covered in the last video. And there are new things here which are at the bottom. So here we have permissions, and here we have storage, scripting, and active tab. So scripting lets us inject JavaScript into pages programmatically. Active tab gives us access to the current tab when the user clicks. So storage gives us access to chrome.storage, Chrome's built-in way to save data inside your extension. We are not using it in this video, but it's a good practice to always include it. And host permissions with angle bracket, and here we have all URLs, angle bracket. This means our extension is allowed to run on any website. Without this, Chrome would block us from accessing pages. And finally, here we have content scripts. This is the key part. So here we have that it matches all URLs. It means inject the script on every web page. And we have JS property with content.js. It means inject this specific file. So whenever you open any web page, Chrome automatically runs content.js inside that page. It's already there, already listening, before you even click anything. So now let's get back to content.js, and this is the file that actually lives inside the web page. So here we have Chrome runtime on message add listener. This sets up a listener. It's waiting for a message to arrive from popup.js. When a message comes in, we check what action it contains. And here, as you can see, it can be either enable or disable. So if the action is enable, we apply dark mode. We do this with one CSS property, which is filter. Here we have invert 1. What it does is that it inverts all the colors on the page. White becomes black, black becomes white, and here we also have hue rotate to be 180 degrees, which corrects the color hue shift that happens when we invert. So blues stay blue, reds stay red, instead of everything look like a photographic negative. Then we grab all images, videos, and canvases on the page, and we re-invert them because we don't want photos to look like negatives. We want them to look normal. So we invert them back to their original colors. And if the action is disabled, we just remove the filter by setting it to an empty string, and everything goes back to normal. So that's the entire dark mode logic, literally 2 CSS properties. Now let's get back to popup.html. So it is, I would say, the easiest part, the part that you already know very well, because all this represents is just popup.html with some CSS styles and some HTML, and it is very easy, I would say. So it is simple: a title, a small description, and 2 buttons: enable dark mode and disable dark mode. Nothing new here, just clean HTML and CSS. And here we just load popup.js here at the bottom. So now let's go to popup.js. Okay, finally we have popup.js, the logic that connects the pop-up buttons to the content script. We have a function called apply dark mode that takes an action. And inside we first get the active tab using chrome.tabs.query. Okay, so chrome.tabs.query searches through all your open tabs and finds ones that match the conditions you give it. So the 2 conditions inside are active, which is set to true, so it will only find the tab that is currently active, the one the user is looking at right now, not background tabs. And current window to be true, it means only look in the current browser window, not other windows the user might have opened. So together it means find me the tab the user is currently looking at in the current window. Okay, then we do something important. We use chrome.scripting.execute script to inject content.js into the page. And now you might ask, didn't we already inject it via manifest.json? Yes, but only for pages that were opened after the extension was loaded. If you had a tab open before you installed the extension, content.js isn't there yet. So we inject it again here just to be safe, and Chrome handles duplicates automatically, no problem. Then in the callback, once we know content.js is injected, we send the message using chrome.tabs.sendMessage. We pass the action either enable or disable, and content.js receives this and applies or removes dark mode. And here at the bottom we have 2 event listeners, which just call apply dark mode with the right action when each button is clicked. And finally, the last file that we have here is icon.png, so you always should have an icon, otherwise you will meet some errors from Chrome when you want to manage your Chrome extensions. So with that being said, let's actually test this extension. So to get to this page, first of all, you need to click this icon and then you need to click manage extensions. So as you can see here, we have color picker, which is an extension from the previous video. And this is the dark mode. Okay, so to be able to load this, first of all, you need to turn on developer mode, and then you need to click load unpacked, and then you just need to choose the folder where you have the files of your extension, and after that you will have it here. Okay, so let's check it on some real websites. Okay, as you can see here, I opened some websites. So now let's click this icon. As you can see here, we have dark mode, so let's click it, and now we can click enable dark mode. So as you can see, we have dark mode enabled. That's great. But this dark mode enabled is only enabled to this page, not to YouTube or to this Nike.com. Okay, I can come here and I can say that I want to enable it here as well. And here it is. Also, I can disable it, and that's it. I can disable it right here as well. So yeah, it is a really nice thing to know how to do these kind of things, and it is really great, guys. I think that it is really useful to you. So yeah, that's great. And one quick tip, whenever you make changes to your files, just come back to this page and hit this reload button on your extension, and it will pick up all your changes instantly. And that's it, a dark mode extension that works on any website, built with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The key thing you learned today is content scripts, how they live inside web pages and communicate with your extensions through messages. That's the foundation of how almost every real extension works. Like and subscribe if you found this video useful. See you in the next one.